Welcome to your practice. We'll begin today laying down on our backs. Come onto your back with your knees bent and just settle in. Allow yourself to make any micro movements that help you to feel more comfortable here. Today, I will not be mirroring my cues, so when I say I'm hugging the left leg in, it'll be my left leg. Please feel free to follow along that way. If you get on the other side, don't worry. We'll do one side and then we'll do the other side, so it's okay if we're not fully matching. Allow yourself here to really settle into your breath. As you're ready, hug the left knee into your chest, and as long as it's comfortable, extend the right leg straight down on the ground, hugging left knee in and right leg down. Good deep breath. Place the left foot on the floor, stretch your arms overhead, and stretch your whole body nice and long. Hug your left knee into your chest. Feel free to move around a little bit here if it feels good, connecting with your breath. Sliding the left leg down. We're just taking another moment here, smooth and steady with your breath. Feel free to make any modifications that work for you throughout the practice. We're going to place the right foot on the floor here and extend the arms overhead. Slowly extend your right leg down to match the left leg. Stretch the whole of your body. Big deep breaths in and out. Hugging both knees back into your chest, and feel free to rock and roll here, side to side or forward and back. Windshield wipers, feet are wide and knees rock gently side to side. In a moment here, we're going to come into windshield wipers. Your legs will stay in these 90-degree angles. You're going to roll onto your right hip and come up onto your right forearm. Left arm stretches overhead. Feel the left side body stretch, and then reach that top arm up and circle out wrist, fingers, arm, shoulder, elbow, just loosening things up. Coming up onto both hands, gently turn to your right, a nice easy twist. Again, big deep breaths. We're coming to sitting windshield wipers. Coming onto your seat, bringing your hands behind you, rocking the knees side to side with the feet very wide, and then coming into little dipper on your left hip and left forearm. Right arm is reaching up and over, and then reaching to the sky and finding some mobility work here. Again, just loosening things up, connecting to breath. And then when you're ready, coming up onto your two hands and turning to your left. Breathe into the back of your ribs here, smooth and steady. We're going to come up to hands and knees next, and feel free to pad your knees. A folded blanket is nice. We're going to come into puppy pose. So you're on your knees with your hips stacked over the knees, and then your arms reach out in front of you. Don't feel like you have to force down into this pose. Just let your heart and your head soften towards the earth. And then we're coming all the way onto our belly. This is Bhumi Pranam. Bhumi is the Mother Earth. You're going to hug the ground and stretch out full and long on the floor, lengthening your spine and stretching your body. Coming up next into Sphinx, come onto your forearms and just rock a little bit side to side there. You can move your head, you could roll your wrists. And then we're going to bend the right knee here and circle your ankle and wiggle your toes. Again, just loosening things up. Left leg bends in, circling that ankle and wiggling your toes, smooth and steady. We're going to prepare for Cobra. Place your hands, lift your chest, and make sure that you're pulling your spine nice and long. We're coming back to all fours, hands and knees, and moving through cat-cow. So you'll arch and round. See if you can connect your movement, your breath, and your intentions. It's really letting this be a very nurturing practice. All right, moving your hips back to child's pose and just taking a moment here. If any of these poses don't feel good, just make up versions that feel good for you. So just really think of this as a general guide and allow yourself this time to connect and move in a way that nourishes your body, your heart, your mind. All right, we're coming to downward dog, placing the hands, arms nice and strong. With your knees still a little bent, lift your hips up and back. And then work on stretching the spine long. You could keep your knees bent the whole time, or you can stretch them more straight. And then feel free just to move in any way that feels good for you here as well. Pedaling legs, pedaling shoulders, moving your head or your neck. And then in a moment, we're going to walk the hands and the feet towards each other. So just take your time there in the way that works best for you. In your forward fold, let your knees stay a little soft and focus on spinal length. Good deep breath. We're going to come into sparrow pose. So you're bending your knees and then stretch your arms back like wings and then reach them high to the sky. Big, tall stretch there. Relax your arms down and just move things around. Shoulders, wrists, head, and neck. Again, just feeling in and softening things up. I'm going to make a posture change here, but you can just stay as you are, facing the front. And then we're going to reach our arms up overhead. Big, tall stretch and lean to your right. Lean to your left. Find your breath. And then come back up. Big, tall stretch. Let your hands come to rest together in front of your heart and just pause here. With your eyes closed, feel into your body. And I'm making one more shift. Just allow yourself to stay here in the centered moment. Really feeling inside so that you have a sense of connecting deeply with all the levels of your being, body, mind, heart, and soul. For this next part, you might want to grab some yoga blocks and you'll just put them at the front of your mat. We're going to stretch up tall and then find our way into a little forward fold. Have the knees soft and hands can be on blocks, on shins, or the floor. And then we're going to step the right foot back to a lunge. Pause here. Legs are asymmetrical, but you're looking for a nice balance through your hips and your pelvis. Changing sides, right foot forward and left foot back. Stay with your breath. We're going to move these blocks off to the side and come into downward facing dog. Hands to the front, feet to the back. Nice long stretch. Hinging forward to plank. You can put your knees on the floor. If you feel strong and you want to keep them up, that's fine. Slow lower. Bring your body all the way to the ground. We're taking a little cobra. Lift up tall. Now lower down and float your hands. That's about a good height so that you feel that your upper back is helping in cobra. We're moving to child's pose, hips to heels. You can always pick puppy if you prefer that to child's. And then we're going to find our way back into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here. And again, feel free to move in however feels good for you. We're stepping the feet and hands towards each other and coming into that little sparrow pose. So you're going to bend your knees and reach your arms back behind you and then sweep the arms high to the sky. Tadasana, arm stretch up tall. Hands to heart center and pause, focusing inward, feeling and listening in. We're going to come into star pose next. We're going to do a wide-legged pose series. Again, you can have your blocks nearby. For star, have your feet comfortable and turned out. Reach your arms up and let it be a big stretch. And then right down into goddess squat. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, rock it out. From here, we're going to come into warrior two. Turn your left foot outward. Bring your torso upright, bend your left knee, and then extend your arms. That left foot is turned slightly out, the back foot turns slightly in, and then side angle. Stretch your right arm overhead as you bring your left arm to your thigh. Stay connected to your breath. We're coming upright, and we're just going to switch sides. So turning the right foot out and the left foot in, bending the right knee, extending your arms to your sides. This is warrior two. Side angle pose, right forearm to right thigh, left arm alongside your ear. Good deep breath, focusing inward. We're coming up and find our way back to star, big arm stretch, and then into goddess squat. Here we'll do a standing wide-legged fold. So again, you can grab your blocks, turn your feet parallel for the fold, pull your spine long, and feel free to fold in just as much as is comfortable. If you might prefer to stay more upright, that's perfectly fine. If you're comfortable folding, just really allow yourself to soften down and in. When you're working with gravity, you don't have to push into it. We're going to turn our feet outward here and rock it out side to side. These are Skandasana lunges. Just go to the depth that feels good for you. You might stay in that high or mid range. If it feels good for you to come in the low range, you can. If you are working down low, make sure that your knees feel good and safe. And to challenge yourself, try to keep the knee that's bending, that heel flat on the floor. We're working back to wide-legged fold and then right around into a lunge facing the back of your mat. Once again, feel free to use blocks if you like. Connect to your breath. In a moment here, we're going to revolve this lunge. Your left hand will stay down. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Pull your spine long, twist through your waist. If you want to, curl the right shoulder back and stretch your right arm to the sky, but that's not necessary. Take a breath here. We're walking our way around to the front of the mat. So lunge to the front, taking some time. Remember, you can grab those blocks if you need them. And then in a moment, we'll come into that twist. Left hand to hip, long spine. Curl the left shoulder back, extend the arm to the sky only if you like. Connect to your breath. All right, we're coming back to lunge to the front of the mat and then back to downward facing dog. Taking a moment here. In a moment, we'll come to child's pose. You can rest in and then to kneeling plank, or if you prefer, lift your knees up, slow lower, and then you're taking a little bit of a back bend. It could be cobra, it could be sphinx or up dog too. And then back to child's pose. Full deep breath in and out. Just giving yourself a moment to rest in here. Coming back to Sphinx pose, back onto your stomach and propped up on your forearms, just to the amount that's comfortable for you. Bend your right knee, circle the ankle, wiggle the toes. Left side, knee bends, circle the ankle, wiggle the toes. Again, just softening things up. Coming back to the right leg, quad stretch. A few options. You could hold your pant leg, you could grab your foot, you could also use a strap in a variety of ways. So you place the strap around the foot and ankle and use the same side arm to hug the leg in. Just find a position that works for you with your arm. And then as you're ready, we're going to change sides. Right leg will extend. And remember, it's not about finding a perfect pose. It's about finding a pose that really fits you, that helps you to feel good, connected, honored, balanced, harmonized. And our practice can be different every day. We're releasing here and we're going to go to a wide knee child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide apart, pressing your hips back towards your heels. Couple of breaths here. We're going to come up for a little sitting pose series. I think it's a good idea to sit up on a little bit of height. A cushion works well, a folded blanket is nice, and we're going to start off with sitting butterfly. Soles of feet together, the knees out to the sides. Bring your hands behind you for the first part and lift tall, open your heart and your chest. If it feels good, you can fold forward. If you preferred that leaning back version, you can take that too and take a couple of breaths here. We're going to come up for Sukhasana. We're crossing the left shin in front of the right shin. And you could always put blocks or blankets or pillows underneath your knees if they feel like they need a little bit of support. We're going to lean to the left. The right arm is reaching overhead. Let your head hang down a little bit over your shoulder. And then be careful here. Stretch the right arm alongside out to the right side to stretch your neck and shoulder. We're coming up and taking a little turn to the left. Turn your head. Feel that neck rotating. And then as long as it feels okay for you, fold over your left knee. Take a couple of easy breaths here. We're going to take that same little series on the other side. Right shin in front of left. You're leaning to your right. The left arm is overhead. You have a left side body stretch. The head hanging down over the right shoulder and the left arm reaching out to the left. Make sure it's not too much. Good deep breath. Coming upright and rotating to your right, turning your spine and also your head and your neck. And then only if it feels good for you, fold over that right knee. Otherwise, you could just stay up in your twist. Couple of breaths here. All right, we're going to come up and reposition. We're going to come lay down on our backs. And we're going to use a strap for this series. So as you come onto your back, you're going to put the strap around your left foot and you'll take the left leg to the, I said that wrong, I apologize. It's the right. Right leg is up, straight up to the sky. That left knee can be bent or straight. Couple of easy breaths here. Feel free to move things around. And then we're going to take the right leg out to the right. Again, the left knee can stay bent or you can extend it straight if you prefer. Good deep belly breaths here. Looking to release the right leg inner thigh. We want to start to soften the pelvic floor and the belly as well. So make sure the breath is really coming in and helping you to feel expansive. We're crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Press your right hand onto the right thigh. And then you have a few options. You can keep that strap around your right foot and use the strap to pull your leg in, or you can use the left leg to press the right leg deeper in. It is not important that you come into a tight fold. The big thing is that you have that right leg crossed over the left knee with external rotation, and that you find a comfortable version that helps you release a little bit of tension out of that right hip. Staying connected to your breath and in that field of release so that you really have a level of relaxation with this stretch. Make sure it's not too much. We're going to take that whole series on the other side. So now it is the left leg going up to the ceiling, the strap around your foot. Right knee can be bent or straight, your preference. And then maintaining a sense of feeling connected at your center, nice and balanced. As you're ready, you'll take the left leg out to the left with the straps just in your left hand. It's taking me a moment to catch up with you all there. So as you see, we all have our pace and rhythm. It's important that we follow that more so than someone else's pace or rhythm. So again, good deep breaths here. Try to relax your belly and even your pelvic floor, allowing that gentle stretch through the inner thigh, keeping the body nice and comfortable and relaxed. And then we're bringing the left leg in for resting pigeon, ankle over the knee. Focus on the external rotation of the left leg, and you can press that left thigh away from you a little bit. And then again, you can use the strap to draw your leg in a little closer towards you if you like. You can also use the right leg to press the leg in closer. And you're just finding the amount that's right for you. You know, I always think of the Goldilocks zone, like not too much and not too little. It's the perfect amount of stretch that helps you feel like something is happening, but you're able to stay nice and calm. We're coming to a cross knee twist here. The left knee is over the right knee, legs drop to the right. Take a couple of good deep breaths. If you would like to, your arms can stretch wide to a T and your head can turn left. We've got some leg options to try here. The top leg can stretch more straight out to the side. You could hold on to the back of the knee, or if you're more flexible, out there for your foot. And then maybe reach back with the left hand for the bottom leg and pull the bottom leg back behind you. This is cat pulling its tail pose. Couple of breaths here. All right, we're going to start to work our way out of this and back onto our backs. Maybe a few rounds of windshield wipers here before we get ready for the second side. And then as you're ready, right knee over left, legs dropping to the left, arms can stretch wide to a T. If you'd like to, your head can turn to the right. And then again, in a moment, we'll explore those leg options. So if you want to, the right leg can stretch straight out to the left, and you can hold on to the back of the knee or all the way out to your foot. Once again, I'm taking my time on that side, so if you're ahead of me, no worries. And then if you want to, with the right hand, reaching back for the bottom foot, you'll grab your foot and pull the leg back behind you into cat pulling its tail pose. And as always, just making the practice yours. You know, if we get to a certain point and there's something else you want to try, feel free. You can always rewind your video if you need to, check back up with us. All right, we're going to come on out and just take a moment to settle into a resting butterfly. The soles of the feet together, the knees dropped out to the sides. Here, letting your spine come back to its neutral little concave curve. And then we're going to take a little baby bridge. Feet are flat, lift your hips up. You want to think about sending energy from your throat straight forward out through your knees, lengthening your body. I've taken the hands clasped version. Feel free to do that. But if it doesn't feel good, just keep your arms at your sides. And then we're going to lower down and bring your knees together with your feet wide and just rock the knees a little bit. Hugging knees into chest. Feel free to rock and roll here, however feels good for you. And then with your feet lifted and your knees bent, we're coming into cactus twist. We're dropping our legs over to the right and then coming back to center and dropping them over to the left. Trying to keep your hips stacked here and twisting through your waist, working to keep both shoulders on the floor for these cactus twists. And then as you're ready, coming back to center, once again, hugging knees into chest. Lift your head up off the floor if that feels good for you. And then we're coming to happy baby. Knees to armpits, feet to sky. You can hold on behind your knees or to the outer edges of your feet. And if it feels good for you, let your body rock a little bit side to side. Extend your legs straight out to the sides. You have a nice wide straddle. Hands can come to inner knees, circling ankles, wiggling toes. And then returning back to your back, constructive rest. Feet are wide, knees knock knee together. Cross your arms tight, big squeeze in. Stretch the arms outward, big reach out. Recross, another good tight squeeze, connecting to your breath. Reaching the arms overhead, we're preparing for Shavasana. Let your arms rest at your sides. Slowly extend one leg straight, just pause and make sure that you feel good there. And then when you're ready, you'll extend the other leg straight out and feel in. Again, make micro adjustments that you really feel like you're as comfortable as you can be, and you'll be able to rest in stillness here for a few minutes. This is going to be a shorter Shavasana just for the sake of the timing of this video today. You could feel free to pause it here and extend your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. Minimum of 5 minutes is suggested. Again, this is on the shorter side today. So just taking your time to rest and to come into stillness, letting yourself relax as deeply as you can. Keep your breath flowing in and out, feeling new energy flowing in and old energy flowing out. Again, I want to remind you, you can stay here longer if you like. Shortly, I'll be taking you out of Shavasana. I want to invite you just to take a moment to listen within. Have a sense of honoring your own teacher within. Perhaps there are a few words of encouragement or insight that might arise in this quiet, restful space. See if you can both relax and listen even more deeply. If you're following along, we're going to go ahead and bring some gentle movement back to the body, bending knees, circling ankles, maybe rocking your knees gently side to side. Before we sit up, we're going to come to a resting side lying position. Just take some time to turn inward. Let this transition be gentle. As you're ready, using your arms to press yourself up to sitting, and take a moment to get comfortable in your sitting posture. Again, keeping that sense of deep internal connection. Perhaps bringing hands to heart center and just taking another moment to listen within. Let's bow the head to the heart, perhaps taking a moment here for intentions, prayers, affirmations. As you're ready, gently opening your eyes. Namaste. It's good to be with you today. Take good care of yourself. I'll look forward to seeing you another time. Bye for now.